world? How's everyone hanging in there? I didn't realize it was a super moon, full moon. Are y'all feeling it or what? I am. Today has been, I'm in the feels. No shame. I never have any shame around that. But for any of you who are thriving today, rock on. Take it. Nothing in particular has happened, but full moons, super moons especially, are really good at just, we like to shove things down, and I think it's good to have a good full moon to just have a good cry, or a couple good cries. Maybe you gotta go scream in your car or your pillow or something. Yeah. Let's have a sip of water about it. It's good to stay hydrated. Also, thank you to the person who commented and inquired about my thyroid. I'm never gonna be mad about that. And in fact, it's actually rather touching. I remember saying that to an old girlfriend. She'd been crying in the streets, and this man, who was actually genuine, he wasn't being creepy, but he was really concerned. And I remember saying to her, I was like, it's like winning the lottery of humans, because, you know, for the most part, we're so kind of conditioned at this point to not want to interfere, or we don't care. So honestly, like, when someone's just inquiring or checking in, at this stage of my life, it's always greatly appreciated and means a lot. So thank you. No, my deteriorating, anything that's going on in my body is just, it's complex trauma. We're years into it. We have all the studies that know this. But yeah, I'm the first to say, I've been pretty open about my struggles. That's why I started the channel. And yeah. And then just days like today, when I worked with kids, little peanuts, it's raining like cats and dogs again, highly depressing energy, everyone's in a real state, everyone is crying, there's sirens everywhere. But I used to call these, whether it was a Wednesday or not, I call it Weepy Wednesdays, because kids would really respond to the weather. Oh my God, if it was like a day like this, guaranteed, if you had 20 kids, 19 of them would all be wailing on the floor. You might have one who would be like, I don't know what the problem is. Can I have this? Can I have a banana? And you'd be like, yeah, no problem. Yeah. So that's why you just gotta take those moments like yesterday. I'm so glad that 5 minutes of sunshine, because also it was supposed to be sunny all day. It was not. So I'm really grateful. I got a little vitamin D in the eyes. Very important. But yeah, if I'm to be honest, if I didn't have 8 million more things to do today, that kind of has left me right in this moment a little bit paralyzed, not gonna lie. Paralysis is real. But you just do the best you can. That's just as simple as that. Sometimes you just need to have a quick cry. If all you can get in is 5 minutes, you have a quick cry, or a long cry, whatever you can pull off. And you wipe those tears off and you say, I'm a bad bitch. I got this. And then you just go on to the next task. All right, well, let's pull some cards, shall we? Let's call in Grandmama. I feel like if anyone could use a grandma today, I know I could use my grandma today. Okay. School moments. Yeah. I'm gonna be ass deep in activities, so my doing readings right now might be a little bit sporadic because I'm just one man. I'm just one man who's drowning and falling through the cracks of society in real life, real time. Oh, Okay, wait. Hold on. I want to call them crowd favorites. God, Jesus, Grandma, Buddha, Archangels, all ascended masters, all of my benevolent ancestors, anyone that you work and pray to. Debbie Devils just gotta sit on the sidelines. Okay, Grandmama. I feel like the collective could really use some of your grandma love today. She did. If you're really new to the channel and you don't know, my grandma, Pisces, was pretty much like a saint. She was human, but when I think of, again, what I refer to as like the legacy of modeled behavior, my grandma was the real deal. I'm not religious, my grandma was, but she really, for her, it was like the teachings of Jesus. And more often than not, she would just march around Vancouver and like buy fruit and then just go hang out with some homeless people and not proselytize. She would just like feed them and like listen to their stories. And she was always praying, always. And her prayers worked. If anyone knows like the power of grandma prayers, you know. And she died in prayer. She literally, that's what took her out. She was praying for a fellow in her building, in his apartment, I believe. She was deep in prayer and she had a heart attack. So, when I claim my family lineage, I say that I come from her. I don't claim the person who gave birth to me. I claim my grandmother. Because I know she loved me, and I know she loves me, and I know she still watches out for me. And she prayed for my friends. She had a prayer list. And she prayed for this one friend that I had when I was about 14. And she prayed for that person for 30 years. And that person's life, that person was like a walking statistic. They shouldn't be alive today, and they're thriving. So like, yeah, when I call in Grandmama, if you're new to the channel, that's who we're talking about. Okay, who's shooting out here? Ace of Cups, exactly. Grandma love. Oh, thanks, Grandma. Yeah, see? A hug. A hug from the grandmas. And if you don't have a nice grandma, that's okay. You can have my grandma too. Oh, wow, they're really flying out. 3 of Wands. Okay, well, look. Oh, the Empress. They're literally just flying out. Usually when I'm heightened emotionally of any kind, and on a full moon, supermoon, my full moon readings, historically, have always been pretty on point, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm emotional today. It's Scorpio season, super full moon. The weather is, well, it just makes for wanting to cry. Yeah, exactly. See? I think this is collective energy here. We just need to, even big lions, they get hurt. Yeah, you just need to get a little pet, right? A little kiss on the forehead, get tucked, a little hug. Exactly. Okay, well, Grandmama, what's going on underneath Empress? Oh, the Devil. Debbie Devil. Well, one thing we can say about the Devil is it never takes a break. It is a workaholic. 10 of Wands. Sorry, I ate some cabbage before starting this reading. Delicious. True to my Ukrainian roots. King of Swords going underneath Strength. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. No, we'll clarify. But right off the gate, I'm gonna move this back a little bit here so you can see. Turn this light. Well, I like that your current energy. Well, you're also like larger than life. I've never noticed that. Like, look at the trees, and you're like floating on the water. Very Jesus-esque. You're not walking, you're kneeling on water. Yeah, like your love is larger than life. Oh, interesting. Again, I've never noticed this. This is what I mean. This should in itself should be an example. If you've seen a few of my readings, and I'm sure you've heard other readers say this, like, just think about this as an example of like how much we do not see. I've been using these decks, some of them, for like up to 25 years. This one not as much, but years. And then you just finally notice a detail. Like that in itself, like when you just think like, I see you know everything, it's like, we miss a lot. So, but yeah, like, the ribs. To me, this is about a transparency. To be open. Right? Like there's this hollowness because we can see her ribs. It's about your love being transparent, larger than life. Also kind of, again, a demonstration of what is miraculous. That to me is always grace, because grace to me is love demonstrated, but in a very high form. Okay, well let's clarify, because but the first three cards that really flew out were the Three of Wands, for some reason I'm hearing Rapunzel, but she's future facing, but her boat, her ship, is facing the past. Well, the boat is your vessel that takes you places. So on one hand, you're looking to the future for your ships to come in. You have a ship that's come in, but it's a vessel that wants to take you towards the past. Now, old Rapunzel, right? Was it Rapunzel, the one with the long hair, and the guy had to climb up of it? Yeah, there's something here about like, oh, is this about waiting to be rescued? Like, what if Rapunzel had used her long hair to tie itself to some kind of post within the castle, and then she climbed down herself? Like, and here's the shitty thing. As someone who has been living a lot of complex trauma my whole life, and why I'm choosing to do my doctorate, what I want to do is also talking about proving with empirical data the vicarious and lateral violence of systems, institutions. So it's a natural want to have people show up for us and rescue us when we're drowning. But what I know to be true is that very rarely are people gonna do that for you, so you have to rescue yourself. But look at these big thick braids, like, hold on, we'll get there with some clarifying, but there's like something here around this. Now, she's looking directly at the Empress, and the Empress is like right now. This is like present. Hey, and the baby's getting crowned. She's not wearing a crown, it's the baby. Interesting. Okay, let's clarify, because there's a lot happening here. Okay. All right, Grandmama. Clarify the Ace of Cups. Also, like Spirit Team, I do love when you shoot the cards out. Four of Pentacles, and like what's on the top here that really wants to is the Eight of Pentacles. Oh, why it's miraculous? Because perhaps like yourself, or perhaps like me, yourself, you've been through some things in life, or maybe just currently. And again, I think it's a normal reaction and response when we experience things that are just kind of beyond trauma of any kind, terribleness, loss, grief. There's so many ways to experience pain. But a normal reaction is to self-preserve by being like, I'm not gonna open up, especially with love. I don't want to trust anyone again. I don't want to give. I don't want to let people in. Yeah, I don't want to let people in. And like walking away from people and locking yourself up. So what's miraculous is that you're a demonstration of being like, it is possible. It's, you know, and I like that her eyes are closed, because I feel like it's showing the duality of like, I don't know, my own experience of pain has been, there's a certain point in the past 4 years, I thought I was gonna die of pain. Like, I've never known anything like it, and I've known a lot of pain. This is the crazy thing about pain. There's so many flavors, but there is kind of this, like, it just felt like white hot that just kept shooting up. It's beyond. And then there's kind of like a dissolving, to be honest. It's too much at times, but I feel like that's what this is. It's like you just kind of break open. And for some people, when you break, the breaking is damaging, you know? Like, mental health is so real for so many of us, and rightfully so. There's experiences that human beings should never have to know or experience. But that's what makes it an incredible demonstration. We see it all the time. People experience and live through things. And it's the spirit's ability to triumph under conditions that technically should not be possible. And so it's a celebration. It is a celebration. And see, like, she's hugging this cup, but it's a release. And I love that it's butterflies. Okay, so you've been through a time. So I do think this Three of Wands is about rescuing yourself and the efforts that you've put in. So you're looking. Yeah, see? Look, the Nine of Wands. Your rose has been stabbed. But look, just like what I was saying. Sometimes you just have to, you show up injured. You show up with your wounds. I think we're all collectively starting to get to the point that we're seeing. It's like, we don't need to hide things anymore. We don't need to pretend. It's okay to be authentic. It's okay to show up sometimes and just be dump ass. To be like, I'm not perfect. I'm drowning. And yet, you just show up. You show up for yourself, no matter what. Even if sometimes it's a little bit disassociated, where you're just kind of like one foot in front of the other. Sometimes it's the best you do. Sometimes showing up for yourself is just washing your hair, or maybe just brushing your teeth. Maybe putting on a fresh, you know, for some people, I've been there. I've been there in my depression, where sometimes a success is like, today I brushed my teeth. If you know, you know. But see, she did. She put on her most beautiful outfit. She looks great. But see, the wounds, like, this is a beautiful shirt, but the wounds are on the outside. So again, it's about being transparent. Be like, this is who I am. These are my experiences. And if you don't like it, move along. Or as I like to say, eat shit. And see, you're this beautiful empress. And whether it's a physical birth or a birthing of its life, that's what it's about. It's about giving birth to life, because your life is valuable. You existing right now is valuable. So by you showing up and being authentic and doing the very best that you can, it gives birth to new life. Because again, it's a demonstration. And each generation, again, it's like a passing of the torch. Any work that I'm gonna do in this new career path, any work that I do in terms of advocating and fighting for justice for all, even if it's just minute, it lays another brick in the foundation for someone to continue that work. We all contribute to it, so that generations down the line, hopefully, people will not have to know our experiences. I may never receive justice, but by advocating and dismantling the legal system in the best way I know how, it's giving justice. I give justice to myself, and when I advocate for myself, I'm advocating for others. Do you know what I mean? So we do this in our stories, in the ways that we show up. Okay. Empress. Clarified. Well, by the Emperor to the Hermit. The two ships. See, she was holding her ship. And again, we've talked about this. She's of the water, but she's way up high. Again, doing it alone. But I've said this, as much as people are going to fail you, institutions are going to fail you, you will always have what people refer to as your trail angels. People will show up. They may not have the solutions, but like, that's why like any act of kindness is not lost on me. So someone just inquiring about if I'm okay or if I should like go get something tested, like, it's a beautiful thing, you know? When someone says good morning, or like the other morning, this woman used her discount code at the coffee shop to make sure that my coffee was like 50 cents. Shouldn't have to do that. We've never really interacted. In fact, I think one time I may have been slightly grumpy with, not her, but like there was some bullshit going on, and I'm never nasty, but like I think I might have been like, thank you. Like, you know what I mean? It's the little things. Everything's gotta go in the bank account, no matter how big or small. You put those little ones in there. So this is the thing, you've been going out alone, but I feel as though someone of significance, again, it doesn't have to be love, guys. I've had people show up for me in my life, but including the last 4 years, unexpected, not romantic. But like, nothing beats a genuine and kind and heartfelt connection, even if it's just momentary, you know? Okay, so what's your 7 of Cups about? Like in this one you're picking, you choose the star. So it's like, you have options, but you know, okay, well, first, who's the Emperor? Let's get real. Who's the MP? Page of Pentacles. Well, just like this little girl, there's something, again, soft, probably even a little bit shy. Maybe not even shy, but like demure. In the way that a child, if they had to approach, you know, where it's like, so this person's an emperor, but I think that they've probably seen what's going on for you. And so, and just like the softness of these like flower petals, they want to come in soft and gentle. And with like kind of the purity of a child, like the intentions are pure. Beautiful. Okay, so then we get to your 7 of Cups. What do you pick? Oh, King of Wands. Does the King of Wands rhyme with Memperor? You know, I love to see it. Justice. You know, at this point, yeah, I'm attached to, I think I'm gonna get the Justice card tattooed on my body because I live and die in. If I'm not gonna have a tombstone, but if I ever have a resting place, I'll have a few lines, classic me quotes, but like, let's put Lady Justice up there because I really do. Fucking justice for all. Okay. Well, injustice could be someone, again, you've crossed paths with. Hold on, let's see, do you know? Yeah, because there's a referencing of the past. So, who knows? Like, sometimes, again, kind people, it could be a doctor, a nurse, the person at the grocery store. Like, I feel like there's some kind of connection here. Oh, a King of Swords. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Well, this person has all the right flavors to me. We got Justice, so you know that they're fair, they're equitable, they're honest, they come correct. And then we got this King of Swords, and again, look how soft he is. Ugh, and the flowers on here, but he sees everything, elevated. And same with like Justice here too. It's like she's sitting on top of, and she's golden, but she's sitting on top of the buildings. So this person is like passionate, and like, yeah, look at this guy, rumpa-pum-pum, but he's like wearing this like beautiful suit. He's put together. Oh my God, is he wearing a thumb ring? That's hilarious. Again, details. How have I never noticed that he has a thumb ring? Oh my God, are we back in like 1997? Toe rings and thumb rings? I love this. Okay. Okay, so what's going on with strength? Let's clarify. Oh, the Star. See, I think this person does. I think that, if anything, it's like a really pure, and comfort, again, we all have so many different needs, especially because we're going to have such different individual struggles. And sometimes it is really complex, like really complex. Okay, truck, I'm not in the mood for this kind of nonsense today. I can tell you right now. Pull yourself together. Yeah, sometimes it's just about gentleness. It's an acknowledgement, an act of kindness. But see how like she doesn't want to tame. She's not taming the lion, like how we've seen in the traditional deck where like that lady's just like ripping open his mouth. This is gentle. Same with the Star. Yeah, I feel like this person like wants to grant you a wish. But really, again, this is more about help, because we see it in the Page of Pentacles. See, there's this softness. Like so gentle. Okay, so what the hell is Debbie Devil about? Yeah, Debbie Devil. What do you have to say for yourself? Clarify, Grandma, please. Oh, the moon. Look. I need a bit more. What's the devil to the moon? The Lovers. Oh, classic. It's about an ex. Or an important relationship. It doesn't, again, always have to be romantic, as seen. I know you guys have commented in the comments too, like, sometimes it's our family. It's the people closest to us, right? It could be a sibling, it could be a parent, it can be a boss, but there's some kind of like close intimacy here. Okay, so what does this person want? Yeah, because their back's to me. And you know it's the same person. Ugh. Oh, look, they really let their hair down. Yeah, they're really comfortable right now in this full moon. And to be honest, guys, super moons, all of my significant breakups, but also like super moons really do bring out the worst. So if you're dealing with someone who's not doing very well, I would just be very mindful at this time. But yeah, there's something here about them feeling comfortable. And see, like, their back is turned. They don't want to reveal themselves, but they're very comfortable. And they got the fox. Now, normally, you know I love a fox. But yeah, like, it's like a co-conspirator. Where everything is illuminated. Like, they are illuminated, but we can't see her face. Hey, what happened to... Okay, we had that card, and then it was that card. But then... Okay, wait a second, hold on. I feel like we're missing... Okay, so it was the 7 to that, yes. And then we clarified that card with this one, and that one, and that one. Okay, and this clarified this. out there. I feel like I'm missing a card. Interesting. Where the hell did the card go? Okay, well, I'm just gonna roll with it. Okay, well next we have the King of Swords again. But see, this is the one where I've really noticed, like, someone at the end of their rope, but again, fatigued. Oh, she also looks like the Rapunzel person, but hair down and fatigued. Where you're just trying to, like, create some beauty, right? Like, with that love. Like, leave a mark in the world that's, at minimum, something beautiful that all of the world can enjoy. But we see in her thread here, like, she's at the end of her rope, and she looks tired. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, well, let's clarify this King of Swords. Well, we have both King of Swords. Now we have the Page of Swords. But see, I don't remember. Oh, the cards are all not so babatso right now. I don't know. Did I drop a card? No. Okay. Well, I feel like that person was already, like, the person, is this your energy? The other King of Swords? Like, are you this feminine King of Swords? But who are you watching? The Four of Wands. So are you watching? Tell me more. Because the next card is the Wheel of Fortune, and she's looking to the past. She's holding a clock, and we see her heart. And again, see, we see the machinations. There's no room for the imagination here. Just like your original card, we see the ribs, we see the openness. See, that's what I mean, the sirens. Ugh. Yeah, it's a day of tears. The Page of Cups. So, in all of your heartache, and whatever kind of troubles you got going on, not only have you been crawling out of hell and back, your heart has remained intact, if not more open, and someone has caught, oh, see, look, to the death, exactly. But look, even in death, look at all these beautiful flowers. Okay. Okay, so hold on. I want to put these all back in. I want to find out. Okay. Okay, let's put these back in. Very good, chef. Okay. So, what card represents you looking at this person? Okay, so you're the King of Wands. You're all rumpa-pum-pum towards that Emperor person. Okay, so that's your energy. Okay. So, we saw that Emperor. We saw that King of Swords. Okay, so who... Tell me more about this person that you're looking at, and the person, that Emperor person, the Ten of Cups. Okay, so now let's go. How do you know this person? Who is this person to you? Or, like, what context do you... Two cards. Justice to the Knight of Cups. Like I said the first time we had it out, I feel like even if it's a small passing, Maybe it's an acquaintance, friends of friends of friends, who knows, right? Maybe it was someone that was interested in you back in the day. I don't know. Okay, tell me a bit more, Grandmama, about the context of which collective and this person, do they work together? Is it like through friends? Is it judgment? Oh my God, is this actually legal? This comes up sometimes. But again, so many people in my crowd are also, not everyone, but it's true, when you go through divorce or separation, or if there's been intimate partner violence, you reach out to resources or supports. And sometimes, even when you're accessing those places, there's other people there. You meet people. Like, I meet people all the time when I'm at the courthouse doing my stuff, because you're all waiting for your turn. And I usually befriend people who are usually there on their first day and they don't know what to do. So it could be something like that. Interesting. Oh, I kind of want to cry again. The devil. Oh my God. Yeah, it literally could be a court thing. Yeah, because I'm being shown a few instances where because I'm always in court, my son's mom, she just loves that. Because I've been at this for so long, and I've been representing myself, I get to know a lot of things. And so when you're sitting there, and also because people do freak out all the time in court. I sat beside this woman once. We didn't end up speaking, but she was really stressed. And she went ahead of me in a different courtroom, and she lost it. I don't know under what the context, but I'm sure based on my own experiences around an injustice. And she was brought out on a stretcher. But the other people that I connected to, yeah, there's something here about accessing a service or something to do with justice and your ex. So again, there is some romantic stuff here, and again, I'm only going to talk about connections where it's like appropriate. I don't want to see people hooking up with people that they shouldn't be due to, I don't know, whatever. But what I'm reading is, if you met another person in a waiting room, or like, you know, like that's appropriate. Interesting. Okay. So let's go back to this person. What can you tell me? What else, Grandma? This card. Eight of Pentacles. Work. Yeah, I think you crossed this path somewhere at a place of work, whether it's the legal system, or maybe it was a law firm that you accessed. And so even if they don't know anything about your case, like there's many people that work in a legal firm, or like there's justice centers. So there's ways that it could be appropriate, because if they had nothing to do with your case or representation, like I'm always about like keeping it very appropriate, folks. But there is something here about the justice system and their work. Back to that King of Swords. Oh my. Oh. Well, we saw before this showed up as a King of Swords, so it's just being confirmed, but I like that it's the feminine. Yeah. Okay. So, what is it that they want to offer you? Because we saw that Page of Pentacles. Well, the Emperor drives the Chariot. We did see the Emperor, but we are seeing a more feminine version here, but like that means nothing. So we see that they're coming towards you, but if we were to be real, it is a snail. Now, I love snails. If you give them enough time, they can haul, they can boogie. They can. But it is a lot slower than a car. but they're serious, and like, because she's facing me directly, so everything is future forward, but she's facing me directly. So this person is like, it may take a bit of time, but they're making moves. It may not appear like it, or it may not seem like they're going very quickly, but they are. Oh, King of Wands. I need to look up what the fleur de lis actually represents, because it's common in our French provinces, but it also is associated with France. But I'm not sure like what the actual meaning is. I know the symbol. Yeah, this person just keeps showing up, like there's so much flowers, there's so much softness. I think because you've really been through a time. I don't know what your circumstances are. And again, there's a lot of you in the crowd at this point. So we all need to be mindful of the fact that even those of us that have similar stories, there's going to be offshoots of difference. But even going back to like how that King of Wands with like the lights, it's like they want to bring some kind of whimsy and magic and softness towards you. Again, like there's like this childlike, and we saw it even in that Eight of Pentacles. It's a child, or a young woman, I should say, or like, I don't know, preteen, and it's holding that big butterfly. So even though this person is an Emperor and a King of Swords twice, oh, now they're showing up as a Six of Cups. See? Yeah. This person is so empowered. True empowerment. True power. Not one to control, but to like assist. And not to be afraid to be gentle either. Oh, I love this. Okay. To the Four of Wands. Okay. Back to Justice. My favorite girl. And see, going back to your heart again. The lotus grows in dirty, muddy water, and it blooms. And again, you're just casually sitting in there, and you're just taking your heart out. We saw you in the Death card. We saw you in that Ace of Cups. And you don't even wear it as a sleeve. You don't even wear your heart on your sleeve. You've turned it into an instrument. Guys, you know how I feel about it. It's just beautiful. Can't be mad about it. I believe in love. I'm not talking romantic love, like L-O-V-E love. Like I said, when I doubt everything else, I never doubt love. Once you see the demonstrations of love's highest vibrations, you know, for me it's grace. Love in action, grace. Oh, guys. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave it there because I probably need to go have more of a cry. I gotta go do more things. But take care of your little hearts out there. Yeah, allow yourself to be tender. Feel all the feelings. You know, and if no one's told you today, it's gonna be okay. Even when it feels like it's not gonna be okay. My life is one long demonstration of, I never know how it's gonna be okay, but like, I'm still here. All right. Stay blessed, stay golden.